In a charming village called Mwamba, there lived a girl named Nia. Nia was known far and wide for her extraordinary beauty. Her hair was as dark as the night, her eyes sparkled like stars, and her smile could light up the darkest room. Many young men from neighboring villages came to Mwamba hoping to win her heart. But Nia was not happy. She wanted someone who would love her for her kind heart and gentle spirit, not just for her looks. So, she came up with a clever plan. Nia decided to disguise herself as an ordinary, plain looking girl. She would hide her beautiful hair under a scarf, smudge her face with ash, and wear old, worn out clothes one day. Nia left her home disguised as a girl named Zuri. She went to a nearby village called Kikuyu, where no one knew her. In Kikuyu, she found work in a small market run by a kind woman named Mama Tunia. Mama Tunia had a son named Juma. Juma was a hardworking and honest young man who helped his mother with the market. Zuri, Nia, and Juma quickly became friends. They worked side by side, selling fruits and vegetables, laughing and talking about their dreams and hopes. Juma admired Zuri's kindness and hard work, and Zuri admired Juma's honesty and bravery. They enjoyed each other's company very much. As time passed, Zuri and Juma's friendship grew stronger. They spent their days working together and their evenings walking by the river, talking about their dreams. Juma dreamed of expanding the market to help his mother, and Zuri dreamed of finding true love. One evening, as they sat by the river under the starry sky, Juma turned to Zuri and said, "Zuri, you are the kindest person I have ever met. I have fallen in love with you not for how you look, but for your beautiful heart. Will you be my wife?" Zuri's heart raced. She knew this was the moment she had been waiting for, but before she could answer, she had to reveal the truth about who she really was. She took a deep breath and said, "Juma, there is something I need to tell you." Juma looked at her with concern. "What is it, Zuri?" Zuri slowly removed the scarf from her head, revealing her long, beautiful hair. She wiped away the ash from her face, showing her true beauty. Juma's eyes widened in surprise. "My real name is Nia," she said softly. "I am not a plain girl from Kikuyu. I am the girl everyone calls the most beautiful in Mwamba. I disguised myself because I wanted to find someone who would love me for who I am inside, not just for my looks." Juma was silent for a moment, taking in everything she had said. Then he smiled warmly and took her hand. "Nia, whether you are Zuri or Nia, it doesn't matter to me. I fell in love with your heart and your spirit, and that will never change." Tears of joy filled Nia's eyes. "Oh, Juma, you have made me the happiest person in the world. Yes, I will be your wife." Juma and Nia returned to the village hand in hand. Mama Tunia and the villagers were overjoyed to hear the news of their engagement. There was singing, dancing, and a grand celebration in Kikuyu. But Nia knew she had to return to Mwamba to tell her family and friends the good news. She invited Juma and Mama Tunia to come with her. They agreed, eager to see Nia's village and meet her family. The next morning, they set off for Mwamba. The journey was filled with laughter and excitement. Nia couldn't wait to introduce Juma to her family and show him the place where she grew up. When they arrived in Mwamba, the villagers were surprised to see Nia, the beautiful girl, returning with a young man and his mother. Nia's family welcomed them warmly, and everyone gathered to hear Nia's story. Nia stood before the villagers and shared her adventure, explaining why she had disguised herself and how she had found true love with Juma. The villagers listened in awe, touched by her story. Nia's father, Baba Kato, stepped forward and embraced her. "Nia, we are so proud of you. You have shown us that true beauty comes from the heart. Juma, welcome to our family. We are happy to have you as our son-in-law." Juma smiled and bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Baba Kato. I promise to take good care of Nia and love her always." The villagers cheered and celebrated the union of Nia and Juma. There was music, dancing, and feasting that lasted for days. Nia and Juma's love story became a cherished tale in both Mwamba and Kikuyu, reminding everyone that true love sees beyond appearances and finds the beauty within. Nia and Juma lived happily ever after, their hearts full of love and joy. And so, the story of the beautiful girl who pretended to be ugly to find true love became a timeless legend passed down through generations, inspiring many to seek love that comes from the heart. Nia and Juma's wedding day was fast approaching, and the excitement in Mwamba and Kikuyu was palpable. The preparations were grand, with both villages coming together to celebrate this special union. Colorful decorations adorned the village square, and everyone pitched in to make the event unforgettable. Nia's friends from Mwamba were delighted to see her so happy. Her best friend, Amani, couldn't stop smiling. Nia, you've truly found someone who loves you for who you are, she said, giving Nia a warm hug. Meanwhile, Juma was in awe of Mwamba's beauty and its warm people. Baba Kato, Nia's father, took Juma under his wing, sharing stories about the village's history and its values. You are one of us now, Juma. We welcome you with open arms, Baba Kato said, placing a hand on Juma's shoulder. The night before the wedding, Nia and Juma took a quiet walk to the river where they first confessed their love. The moonlight shimmered on the water, creating a magical atmosphere. Nia, I can't believe this is happening, Juma said, holding her hand. Our journey started by this river, and now, tomorrow, we'll start our new life together. Nia smiled, her heart full. Juma, I'm so grateful to have found you. You showed me what true love is. The wedding day dawned bright and clear. Nia looked stunning in her traditional attire, her beauty shining from within. Juma, dressed in his finest clothes, couldn't take his eyes off her. The ceremony was a beautiful blend of both villages' traditions, symbolizing the union not just of two people, but of two communities. As they exchanged their vows, Nia's heart swelled with joy. Juma, I promise to love you and stand by you always, she said, her voice filled with emotion. Juma smiled, his eyes reflecting the same joy. Nia, I promise to cherish and support you every day of our lives. The villagers cheered and celebrated with dancing, singing, and a grand feast. The love between Nia and Juma was evident to all, and their story became an inspiration to everyone present. After the wedding, Nia and Juma settled into their new life together. They split their time between Mwamba and Kikuyu, ensuring that both families and communities remained close. Nia continued to work at the market with Mama Tunia, bringing fresh ideas and helping the market grow. Juma's dream of expanding the market came true with Nia's support. Years passed, and Nia and Juma were blessed with two beautiful children, a boy named Kato and a girl named Amani. They taught their children the values of kindness, honesty, and the importance of inner beauty. Their story was passed down through generations, a beacon of hope and love. One evening, as the sun set over Mwamba, Nia and Juma sat by the river with their children, sharing the tale of how they met and fell in love. The children listened in awe, their eyes wide with wonder. Mama, Papa, will we find true love like you did? Young Amani asked. Nia smiled, hugging her daughter close. Yes, my dear. Always remember, true love finds the beauty within, and that's what matters most. Juma nodded, his heart full. And never forget, the greatest beauty is the kindness in your heart. The story of Nia and Juma, the beautiful girl who pretended to be ugly to find true love, lived on, touching hearts and teaching the timeless lesson that true love sees beyond appearances and cherishes the heart.